Good morning, good evening, whatever the day is for you YouTubers. Just thought I'd do another update. I went to the track went to Gainesville last night. Not my preferred track, but I was trying to, little personal goal I've set for myself. Don't know if it'll happen now that the warmer weather has settled into North Florida. But I'm trying to run, I kind of set a goal of trying to run 11-second pass at the 3 regional quarter-mile tracks that we have. Done it at Valdosta at South Georgia Motorsports Park. Done it multiple times at Orlando Speed World. And last night I was going to try to do it at Gainesville. Well, the track surface was great because the Gator Nationals were a few weeks ago, so the track still has a lot of teeth. Traction really wasn't an issue, but the air density was. Depending on what source I looked at, because they were actually running a midnight madness is what they call it. They were running from 7:30 to 12, and I was hoping it would cool off enough because we were supposed to have a little shot of cold air coming in, or cooler air coming in, and it's been cooling off at night, you know, into a comfortable level, into the 60s. So I was hoping, okay, maybe, just maybe, I'll get lucky enough, and once the sun goes down, it'll cool down pretty quick. But it really didn't help. DA was running anywhere between, it was 1600, roughly around 1600, 1650 when we first got there at 7 o'clock. The lowest it got to on my last run was plus 1000 to plus 1200. So it definitely was not optimal conditions. The track did make up for it a little bit because it was actually hooking, but unfortunately no 11-second pass at Gainesville. It did do back-to-back 12-1 runs. Best run was a 12-109. I believe, I have to look at the time slips again, but it was a 12, had a 12-1-0, a 12-1-8, 12-60. I mean, the car was almost like a bracket car again. Trap speeds were down, but kind of expected that with the DA being so high. The car was trapping around 114 miles an hour, give or take a little bit. The interesting thing is it ran the 2 of the 12-1s were on the regular street tires, the Aturos. Had a 177 60 foot on one pass and a 180 on the second pass. I did take the M&H drag radials with me, and it's going to take a little figuring out to see what they actually want for best performance. I tried a short burnout, tried a long burnout, and really didn't see a whole lot of difference. And why is this person dragging? I mean, you know, it's Saturday, but come on now. So no 11-second pass, but I did the correction factor for sea level, and the best pass of the night would have been an 1186 at 1:16.5. So I mean, technically, yes, it was an 11-second pass, but what in the world is up with people today? Everybody has a severe case of drag ass. Wow. Anyway, well, gotta love Florida drivers. But yep, no official 11-second pass. But I'm still impressed with the way the car ran, especially on the street tires. I mean, can't say enough about them. They, if nothing else, they are consistent. Now that I've figured out what the car wants as far as launch RPM, it'll lay down 175 to 180, 60 foots every pass. I mean, that's... I'm half tempted to bracket race the car or something. Find a little open invitational event or something and go bracket race it. I did try track mode in coordination with having the drag radials on the car, and it ran another 1218. I mean, that was, I mean, a 1218 at 113. And the DA had dropped down. I think that was one of my next to the last or last run. That was next to the last run. So the DA improved, but okay, this is, if people are passing you, you might want to speed up. Holy cow. Yeah, it was, I'll say it was a decent night at the track. I mean, like I said, given the conditions, I can't complain too much. And the car, it was almost like a bracket racer. It's nothing else. The car's proven it's consistent. And the other good, we did get some good news. It was announced by Alternative Auto. Lydio posted something on his Facebook feed. HP Tuners has cracked the coding for the A8 transmission. What that means is now they can tune the transmission for shift points, RPM limits, and the biggest thing is now they can set it up and tune it for an aftermarket stall converter, which is something these cars, I think they need. Especially if you put a good tire on the car where it'll actually dead hook. You know, if you could put a 2800 or 3200 stall converter in one of these cars, that's going to be worth a few tenths right there, just in itself. But it said their shop Hellcat they have, tune-only car, because they were able to extend the rev limit out and pull some of the torque limiters back. They took it out, they revved it from, because they've been working with a 6200 RPM imposed limit. I mean, it just couldn't go any further because the transmission would, I guess, would go into limp mode. Well, they extended it out to 7000 RPM, made a few mild tweaks, and the car went from 680 horsepower to 702, I believe. And it's a tune-only car. The interesting thing is the power. He posted the dyno graph. The power did not fall off. It didn't flatten out until 6,800. So that makes me really curious what a naturally aspirated 392, you know, Scat Pack or SRT, full bolt-ons, cam, and an aftermarket converter with a good tune, good trans engine tune, you know, a good powertrain tune. Will it be possible for one to run in the 10s? Naturally aspirated, no power adder, no nothing. If so, that's going to be pretty ridiculous. I know there's a couple of guys, I've seen their videos posted on YouTube. A guy up in the North Carolina, Virginia area has a Scat Pack that's running. He just did a forged bottom end, I believe. Did a cam. I think he ported the intake, port matched the intake, I'm not sure. Bigger throttle body. He already had long tube headers, exhaust. And he ran, recently posted a video running 11.2. So I would be willing to bet with a converter and a good trans tune, that car would run in the 10s, which is nuts. It just tells you how much power the engine's making to put a 4,300 pound, 4,400 pound car. Yeah, that would be interesting, and it would give Mustang owners heartburn, serious heartburn. Yeah, even the Camaro owners would be like, what? Even the LS guys would be like, what the hell? But yeah, that was an interesting little news flash that came across. Just have to wait and see what happens with it, but that's going to be interesting, and that may sway me to go ahead and start looking at tuning the car. I really don't want to lose the 4-cylinder mode, the MDS, but to be able to tune the car, you know, tune the trans and everything, and really make it optimize performance, that might be enough to sway me. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. That's on down the road a little bit. But just want to do a quick little video and give you an update on what the car ran and what some news was that I've heard recently. As always, you guys be careful out there. Take it easy, and I will talk to you later. Have a good one.